Raiders, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. The day of the patch is here, guys. The Green Forest content is live in game. In today's video, we're going to do the ultimate beginner guide for the Green Forest. We're going to cover pretty much everything that you need to know related to this content to ensure that you guys are going to have a blast playing the new game mode and the best possible progression. Now, we're going to do this in the following way. I'm going to cover some of the things from the main account, some of the things from the test server, because I can actually show you more things better to visualize all of the things that I'm talking about, right? A lot of things happened as well in the game. We have the Bastion that got a bit of a rework. The Christmas is around the corner. Plus, we have a Yuletide event that started, but no information about it. At the moment, we have a good champion training event, which will have a cap of 1,500 points per day, a maximum of 7,000. You're going to be able to accumulate some more rewards and stuff, but we're not here to talk about this. As soon as we have some information related to the Yuletide event, I will let you guys know. To celebrate the new content, we actually have a new promo code. I am unable to use the promo code yet because I've used one yesterday. But the new promo code is actually Green Forest. As you can see it right here in chat, I wrote it. So Green Forest is the new promo code. Make sure you guys use it because it will expire in around 9 days or so. I'm unsure of what we are receiving from there though. So, if you guys enjoy the content, do me a favor, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. The Green Forest, guys, is coming with two different difficulties. We have normal mode and we have hard mode. If your account is not very developed, look at starting with normal mode. Now, Plarium said that each one of the rotation will contain a completely different map. You're not going to be able to basically expect the same result every single rotation and know where all of the bosses are, etc. Because the map, apparently, is constantly changing. Now, I will put this up to a test and I will save screenshots from every single rotation to see if they've created an algorithm that will have unlimited different rotations, or at some point they will start to repeat and then we have a cycle of those rotations in a way or another. You're gonna start from the same location all the time, which is the black something right there. I can't really read everything, but this is usually the place from where you're starting. Now, the map will contain different areas with higher difficulties or different difficulties. We are going to talk about decks as well and other things because we did not have this part available on the test server. We actually missed quite a bit of information, but I know I made a video yesterday talking about decks and kind of like the hidden trap that can actually cost you. I'm happy to say that you can actually swap 5 champions per rotation from your decks. Swap them with other ones that you have available on your account by purchasing this squad reshuffle currency from the vendor. Now, this is something that even though you have the ability to do it, I would not spend the currency on them when I think it would be more important to purchase the curios, which are similar with relics, are these little weapons, for example, that either buff your characters, add special effects, increase stats, or in some cases lower stats, land debuffs on the enemies. You have 2 new currencies for the vendor, the green coins, and you have the green gold. With the green coins, you can purchase the reshuffles and the curios, and with the gold, you can purchase these gear chests. I have no idea what we are going to get from them in terms of how many pieces of gear, rank, rarity, etc. because they are very expensive. Even on the test server, I do not have enough currency to purchase all of them yet. I'm curious to see if, once I'm done with the entire rotation, if I will have enough currency to purchase one of each chest. And I'm actually saving it to make sure that I can actually do that. If not, you might want to save for the large vendor chest, assuming that that chest might have better drop rates at giving you higher ranks, higher rarity for the new gear set. The main rewards will be basically this treasure hunt chest. You're going to be able to get fragments for a new mythical champion, plus other goodies as well. Now, you can only get the mythical champion from the hard mode difficulty. You can see this right here. Normal difficulty, hard difficulty. Okay? When you are challenging some of the bosses on the map, they will drop 1-2 fragments, nothing too crazy. So I think it will take us approximately 5-6 months to get this champion. Roughly, I'm not 100% sure. But you can only get one of these chests per rotation, the treasure hunt chest. And you will require these charms that can be collected just from different footsteps, right? You're just moving on the map and randomly they just drop. Now, this game mode is introducing a new currency as well, which is called distorted energy. This cannot be refilled. You cannot purchase extra. You're gonna start with 30 and it will replenish every single day after the reset. A maximum of 30 per day. Every step, every little action that you are taking, it will use one distorted energy. Just clicking on this footprint right here, it will take one. Challenging a boss, it will take one. Challenging the main boss, it will take one as well, at least from what I've noticed on the test server. In order to challenge the main boss, you will have to collect these 3 crowns, the green crowns, and you're gonna be able to collect them by defeating different enemies that you will encounter on the map. Now, the map will have different areas with different difficulties. They will be marked with different colors and stuff, but we're gonna discuss about that in a little bit. It's very important to make sure you're building your decks right. As I was saying, normal mode has a requirement of having 20 champions, okay? 10 in each deck. Hard mode, 40 champions, 20 in each deck. You cannot set the decks till you don't fill the 20 champions, okay? You will need 20 champions to get it done. Now, we already covered how to build a deck in yesterday's video, but just for your own convenience, I am doing a big spreadsheet right here with a lot of information for the new content, and you're gonna find this in the Build the Perfect Deck, which will be pinned in the pinned comment and in the description down below. You're gonna be able to access the spreadsheet, okay? So we have a bunch of different things right here. Now, I want to talk about what should we do in order to make our life easier, and kind of like where should we start from? What should we aim for, etc. We have the squad progress, which will basically unlock additional levels every time you progress on a new stage. Every time you challenge a boss, every time you take an action that might give you some rewards from there, they will generate squad XP as well, or Green Forest XP, which will up your squad progress. And from here, you're going to be able to select trade cards, which can increase your stats. You're going to be able to use the curios and tons of different things. And it's going to be very important. If you're struggling with the main bosses, just wait. Just go and complete different actions on the map. Level up your squad even more to gain more additional stats. What I'm going to do right now, I'm quickly going to jump on the test server, guys, where I'm going to be able to kind of like show you pretty much everything, walk you through some of the things that you might not be aware of, and kind of like share with you my strategy on what I'm planning to do with this. Unfortunately, this part is not available on the test server. They do have quite a bit of information right here, but I already saved a bunch of it on my spreadsheet, so it's basically making it a bit easier for us to digest all of the information. Right, so we are on the test server, guys. Right here, I have access to more things because I've completed a big chunk of the content already, so I can actually show you images, etc. It's going to be a bit easier for people to understand everything. You're going to have a bunch of different bosses on the map. That's just in case if you haven't really followed up and you have no idea what the new content actually is. But the most important thing is that squad level that you see right there. We are level 21 at the moment. Now, right here, you're going to have the trait cards. Every time you level up your squad progress, you're going to unlock a new trait card. Every 10th level, you're going to unlock a new legendary trait card that you can select, which of course, it will give you better stats. So you kind of like want to get to that part as well. There are a lot of uncommon cards, a few epics, a couple of legendaries, and a few rares. All of these will give you additional stats. Then you're going to have the altars. The altars will allow you to gain additional redraws. It will allow you to basically get additional curios, because you're going to start with 3 of them only. In order to get to 6, you're going to have to collect all of the curio altars as well. And these are, as I was saying, like relics, more or less. What should you do for the best progression? So let's start with the squad level with the trait cards. If you're not the biggest mega kraken out there, you should prioritize to get the trait cards that will give you the missing stats for your builds. If your builds lack accuracy, lack speed, lack attack, crit damage, etc., you might want to prioritize in picking those trait cards over something that looks fancy, okay? Maybe you need accuracy and speed. You don't need a crit damage, right? That crit damage is not really like gonna make the biggest difference in the world. But if you are lacking speed, accuracy, survivability, you might want to prioritize those traits just to have an easier progression. Then you want to look on the map for the altars, okay? I know I said everybody can go freestyle with the paths that you're selecting, but you will find in different locations altars, okay? I'm trying to see if they still appear on the map after I collected them. Yes. You see we have one right here. If you discover it, you want to make your way to the altar, okay? You don't want to leave it there for a long time. You want to go to the altars, claim them, and then you're going to be able to unlock different benefits. Not just more curios, but you have additional redraws every single day, and you have the aid altar as well, which I'm still a little bit unsure of what exactly it does. But it will draw an additional champion when composing your team for battle. Okay, so pretty straightforward. When you draw the champions from your decks for each fight, it will give you an additional champion on top of what you should be getting normally. So you want to collect the altars to make sure you have pretty much everything available. You shouldn't just ignore them and say, okay, I'm going to get to it later. I want to go to the boss to get the rewards or anything like that, right? Then build all of your curios for maximum benefits before challenging the final bosses if you are struggling with them. If you have no issues with that, this probably won't be necessarily the most important thing. But when you discover a duplicate curio, it will automatically rank it up. So the curios work in the following way. They will basically have multiple stars. You see I have a 3-star right here, which will unlock this. Deals damage to at 1 star 1, at 2 stars 3, at 3 stars 5 enemies. So that's basically what the stars will do on your curios. So the more duplicates of them you get, the more powerful they become. There are a total of 18 curios, okay? But I would kind of like work on building the most important 6 ones of them that you can purchase. I think it might be a bit random because on the test server, I've only unlocked 13 out of the 18. Maybe defeating one of the bosses, it will drop you an additional one. I still need to defeat the 5 main bosses. So probably they will drop the 5 missing ones, right? Which I'm a bit unsure of what they do at the moment, but I'm going to update that on the spreadsheet once I'm going to have the full collection. In my opinion, one of the most important one is this. You have the Phoenix Quill. Will increase the amount of Green Forest XP gained for completing battles, okay? Now, you can uncover this one from the map, from the curio chests. Some of the bosses will have curio chests as rewards, and you're gonna find curio chests on the map, right? But at the vendor, you can actually purchase 7 of them. So I would purchase that one just to have more XP for my squad level, to be able to gain more trade cards, if that makes sense, right? You're gonna gain additional XP every time you are taking a step. Now, the good thing about it is that you can change them at any time. When you're fighting a different boss or a stage that's more challenging, you can come in here and drop one of the curios that might not be as helpful versus that specific stage, and bring a different one that is going to be more helpful, for example, right? So that's pretty damn easy to do so. It's good that you have the option to constantly swap them around. You don't have to stress about it too much that, oh my god, I'm gonna be locked with those ones, right? If you find the boss fights hard, to get your go get your maximum possible squad level before challenging them, okay? So go, ignore the bosses, go and explore the map, gain more XP, get more trade cards, get more stats on your characters, okay? And fight the bosses one by one, okay? I'm very curious if anyone will defeat all of the 5 bosses at the same time. I think it's gonna be extremely hard to do so. Probably somebody might try it, somebody might not. Hopefully Plarium will definitely make an announcement to let us know and congratulate the people that do so. But that is going to be very important, especially if you do not have a very stacked account, because all of them together will literally counter pretty much all of the mechanics that kind of like have in the game, more or less, right? Then let's quickly talk a bit about some of the things that we might have right here on the side. So this is the curio chest. That's how it looks like. You can find it from the map, or you can pick it up from different boss fights. Then we already know how the curios work. We already talked about altars. This is the map and the different difficulties. You have E for easy, M for medium, H for hard. And you can see them based on the colors. Those are the different regions on the map / difficulties. You see we have all of this green, we have all of this yellow, and then somewhere we're gonna have hard, which is the red one. And then you have like the ultimate difficulty, which you're only going to unlock once you defeat the main boss. And that is the purple difficulty right here. Now it's completely hidden at the moment. We do not know exactly what we are going to get from here. If we are quickly going to talk a bit about the vendor as well. So prioritize to purchase the best curios from there. The ones that you want to use. The ones that you think they will help you the most, because they are not cheap. That currency is going to burn pretty quick. So you will need 3,000 Grim coins per curio. Save enough currency for the squad reshuffles. 500 tokens per squad reshuffle. 1 token will allow you to swap one of the characters in your deck. A maximum of 5 per rotation / month can be used. So very important to make sure you have enough currency for that as well, in case if you need to swap a champion in your deck, you might get stuck at a boss or something like that, right? Now, if we're going to talk about curios, we have a total of 18. As I was saying, you can purchase 7 ones from the vendor. That might be random every single rotation. I'm not 100% sure. You can equip a maximum of 6 after you collect all of the altars. And right here, I wrote pretty much the stats and the effects for each one of them that I have available on the test server. As I was saying, I'm still missing 5, but I will update the spreadsheet once I'm gonna discover them. Now, you have 7 new bosses, 5 main bosses, together with a big bad boss, and then you have this boss, and you have the mimic. Okay, so I quickly want to explain you a couple of things about these bosses. I'm just quickly gonna see where I have one of the mimics available. These are more or less fairly easy to defeat if you have the right champion. So either heal reduction, either having very good third meter manipulation can be very helpful. You do need some good damage as well. Let's redraw because we haven't really got what we need in here. Once again, we don't really have what we need in here. Maybe I had Little Miss Annie before and I've missed it. I only have 2 heal reduction champions and I've done 2 redraws. I still haven't got any of them on the list. And I did my final one and still no heal reduction. So what you can do is leave this boss for tomorrow. But heal reduction, third meter manipulation will work the best versus this boss. You do not have to defeat it straight away because you can go on a different path. Usually, they are located at the edge of the path. Every now and then, they will be somewhere where they will block your progression, but usually, they are not. This boss, for example, the Phrygius, the Trovemaster, is similar with a clan boss. You're not going to be able to kill it. Once you attack it and you dealt some damage, you're going to be able to progress on that path, even if he is blocking your path. You have different milestones. You need to reach specific milestones to do a lot of damage in order to get these rewards. XP, get, of course, different currencies like the Grim coins and the Grim gold, which will be used at the vendor. Getting to the highest damage on some of them, which I've seen it goes up to like 35 million. I've challenged one somewhere. Was it this one? Yeah, this is level 300, for example. And yeah, you need to go to 35 million. Now I've got 24 plus million and it did not save on the second attempt. I'm not sure why. But I would assume once you use the energy once, you're not going to need to waste another one on the same boss stage, right? This will have a turn count limit. The boss can take 30 turns and it's pretty much GG's. It does reflect a lot of damage back, but I'm going to do guides on each one of the bosses individually. And we're gonna see pretty much what are the best teams, the best strategies for these bosses. Other than that, there's just different map bosses / champions on the map. Some of them can be very challenging. I only failed one fight while I was doing everything on auto, and that was Wither the Crowned. I did not draw the right champions. It did not draw a buff stripper or a block boss or a heal reduction. And because of it, the boss was constantly healing back. So I had to back out, use one of these redraw tokens, and that actually solved the problem for me. Other than that, guys, there aren't too many things that you need to know. We covered pretty much everything. We talked about the currencies, the rewards. Let's actually open the chest, see if it was worth it. We got 10 fragments, we got 2 legendary gemstones, and we got 6-star gear. Hopefully, we're not going to see 5-star gear in here, which I think it will leave a salt tasty or a bitter taste in my mouth, right? This rotation for me has the bosses scattered around pretty damn well on the map. Like one is here, one was all the way up there, the other one is here. So you're going to have to put in some work to find all of those bosses before you go to challenge the main one, right? Because it will just make your life easier. But I found the main one right here and an altar next to it as well too. Plus another altar right there. But I'm going to save screenshots with this as well. Then, right here, I have all of the currencies. I still need to add a screenshot for the redraw token, just in case people are not aware of what it is. Detailed explanation of what they are. I have all of the bosses with all of their skills right here, so you can check them out to make sure you have pretty much everything that you need in your deck in order to fight these bosses. And then we have the deck builder guide right here, talking about buffs, debuffs, what's important, what you need to do in order to make sure you're not screwing up your deck, because you cannot fully change it once you start. That's still a very important thing. Yes, you can change a champion with one of the tokens, but that is not enough if you're completely messing up your deck, right? So feel free to check this out. There's tons of additional information, and I will be doing guides on each one of the bosses individually. I will be doing guides on champions that you should have in your deck because they will be very, very important. Another thing that I forgot to mention, even though that is in the deck, you can rebuild champions for each stage individually. The builds are not saved in your decks. You can change them whenever you want, however you want. You have that flexibility, which is really, really helpful. That being said, guys, we are done with the beginner guide for the Grim Forest. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye for the next few videos dropping today, tomorrow, because we are going to cover pretty much everything that you need to know about this content. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.